Yo, what's up? What's happening, my beautiful people? I am so very, very excited. And I mean, y'all don't know why, because it's the first time y'all being here, but obviously that's why I'm excited. It's the first time y'all is here. Like, I can't believe, like, it took me so long to try and do this intro, to even just do this episode. Like, it's just been taking a minute. The excitement has been overwhelming though, and I'm so just excited to be able to share this with y'all. So without further ado, man, welcome to the Chit Chat'z with Chaz Podcast, man. And you know it's your girl, Chazni, aka Chaz, aka so much more to CK on my personal Instagram. We gonna have that Chit Chat'z with Chaz Instagram popping off shortly. But let's get to chatting. And I don't even want to waste y'all time. For those who have not heard my voice before, those who do not know me, and this is your very first time here on the planet Earth, hearing Chazni, that is me. Obviously. Your girl is 33 years young, Bay Area native, Berkeley, California to be exact. Couldn't be town on the map, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't wait to bring you guys my own podcast. Like, it's just been bugging me, really. It's been bugging your girl, and I just been waiting to put something on wax, you feel me? And get these thoughts and these topics and these guests out to y'all. And yeah, I really been ready to do my thing and get my own voice and my own perspective out to the world. So before we get into the meat and potatoes, you feel me, of everything for this little intro episode, I'm going to be starting out with quotes of the day. If you follow me on my personal Instagram, you'll probably see that your girl posts a lot of quotes on the story. Like, I repost a whole bunch of stuff on my story, but it's a lot of like positive stuff and things that'll motivate other people as well as myself. So I do want to start my show off with a quote of the day, you feel me, just to get us in the spirit of, you feel me, whatever it is we're discussing, talking about, you know what I'm saying? So, quote of the day, y'all: do not wait until the conditions are perfect to begin. Beginning makes the conditions perfect. Alan Cohen. All right, so let's hop into it, man. So I know this may not be everybody's first time hearing me, seeing me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, whatever platform you tuning in. And that is because I have another podcast. I got another podcast. It's called Relatable Things with Mack McBride. And it's me and my co-host, Lamont Mack. And yeah, so I know people is like, oh, like, you got your own podcast now? Like, whoa, what's happening? You know, what happened to y'all? Blah, blah, blah. And I know it's been a minute, like, since we posted and everything as well. So I did definitely just want to come on here and be transparent as I can with y'all, and just keep y'all informed on what the fuck is going on, because I know niggas is like, what happened? Where the relatives at? Man, we around, you feel me? I'm still your favorite auntie, sister, cousin, you feel me, up in this G thing. So it's still around, but you know, nigga, this is my shit now, so I can keep it as transparent, as funky as whatever. Not that I didn't in our other podcast. Definitely, you feel me, kept it real. But yeah, anyway, continuing on. So basically, nigga, life just be lifing. You know what I'm saying? Lamont and I started our podcast in 2018. You know, and it's always kind of, well, I'm not going to say always, I'll give that shout out in a minute. But for the most part, like, it's been us too. It's been us too. You know, we haven't had no team like that. And just having that now, don't get me wrong, I know we all have the same 24 hours to be able to make shit work. I know that there are a lot of resources and things now. I know that you can Google anything and all of that type of stuff. But like just the lack of a team and just all of the things that I felt like we needed to do, there was just not enough time to really focus on those things how we should be focusing on those things, And also, I think Lamont can explain or, disclose what he would like about what's going on with him. But, life was lifing, and, my nigga was going through some things that weren't just like, you feel me? It wasn't like no cat off shit. It was like niggas was really going through some shit that I definitely felt like I needed to just support as a friend. And, this is something that we do want to continue, but we would shelf for right now while, he was getting things together, or, life just kind of panned out a little bit differently. But, I definitely wanted to show support to my friend. Because when you mix business, because I didn't want this to just be a hobby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we started in 2018, and there were, places I thought the podcast should be. And I knew that we could be. Like, I really and still do believe in our podcast, and like love our chemistry, and love looking back and listening back to old episodes and all of that stuff. Like, nigga, our shit is what it is. Like, nigga, Relatable Things on mine. Like, nigga, that is my baby on everything. But definitely it needed to be more focus, put into the baby that, I didn't think we could give at that moment. So Relatable Things is not over, but it is definitely shelved for right now. And when we can dedicate the time that needs to be dedicated to this podcast, like, nigga, that's when we will be back in full effect. And I cannot wait for that day, because like I said, like, Relatable Things podcast, like, was really, like, that's really my first baby for real. Like, that was one of my kind of like business ventures, or just something outside of my my 9-to-5s that I've had, that I was doing consistently, like, for years. Like, we really, that podcast is 5 years old. And so I do, have a love, obviously, for podcasting. I do enjoy sharing my thoughts with others. I do enjoy conversations with others, you know what I'm saying? And finding that like-minded community, and, also helping other people know that they are not alone. And also, when you mix business and friendship, sometimes that shit don't always go the way you would expect it to go. And I definitely, because, nigga, Lamont is my real friend. Like, nigga, anybody who, like, if you my friend, like, I have real friends. I don't do that fake friend shit. I don't know what that life do. I'm not clear. Unaware. But that's my real partner. That's my real friend. And I wanted to make sure that I was a real friend, and I was there to support him with whatever he needed, in whatever aspect he needed support or whatever, and let him know that I was there for him, and I am a real friend. I didn't want it to be like a B. Simone and Megan Ashley type situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, although niggas do got I do have my separate podcast, but at the same time, like, nigga, them other people, their friendship is not really intact. Like, nigga, I wanted to make sure that our friendship was still intact, and that also I wasn't going to end up, being resentful or like mad at some shit because you didn't have time to put the focus towards, the podcast or whatever. So yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta realize the shit that really matters. And the shit that really matter is my friendships, like regardless. So again, relatable things is not over, y'all, but we shelving it real quick. But I definitely do want to shout out Lamont for, being a good friend and supporting me through everything, and still being there for me regardless. When he's ready to come out, because life be life, and life be life in some exciting ways too. So when he's ready to put his shit out there, we will celebrate that. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that, and give my thanks. And yeah.
Oh shit. And before I forget, I did want to bring up that shout out that I was talking about earlier. So Lamont and I did end up getting some help at one point in time there with somebody named Breen, my girl Breen. She worked with me when I used to work at Nordstrom's, and that was definitely my girl at the job site. But yeah, she's seen everything kind of come to fruition. Like, she's seen basically the podcast formulate from an idea to, us actually releasing it and having the podcast. And she was also, like an avid listener. I'll be like, oh, okay, you tuned in. Yeah, girl, thank you. Um, but then after a while, like, because we were in customer service together at Nordstrom, so after a while, I kind of start, and being her friend and just knowing some of the other stuff she did. Like, I was just seeing her administrative skills, and, asked her if she would be basically our administrative assistant for the podcast. And she agreed. So we did have an administrative assistant for a minute, and, she would basically do weekly meetings with us and just formulate templates for emails and for contacting guests and just all types of stuff. And she did like some photography for us, like a couple of our photo shoots were done by her and stuff like that. So she was like definitely instrumental part of Relatable Things with Mack and McBride. And I did want to give her this shout out and, definitely say thank you. And yeah, it definitely does take a village, and it takes a team with everything. Like, and so just putting that out there, if anybody wants to reach out and become a, you feel me, team member, Chit Chats with Chaz, you feel me, hit me in the comments. If you got some administrative skills, you want to help your girl on the back end, something about, you feel me, that social media engagement and things like that, holla at your girl, okay?
But continuing on, what this podcast is going to be about, especially since I'm doing it alone, going solo. Anyway, I mean, shit, I ain't even gonna cap. It's so weird too. Like, literally just being here talking to myself, especially without that banter. Like, I totally miss, like, having your own podcast versus having a podcast with somebody else. Like, you miss the banter. I miss the back and forth, like the sharing of opinions, like right there. It is kind of really weird, you guys, for me to be like talking to myself right here. But I did want to, I wanted to share my thoughts still. I still felt like I had things to say. Like, I would literally get like a physical like feeling like you need to record an episode. You need to record an episode. Like, the little voice, little person, whoever, like inside me was just like, you need to do an episode. Oh, write that down. That's gonna be such a good episode. Oh, save that on Instagram. Like, that's a good topic. Like, it was just something like I just needed a release. Like, this is one of my outlets. Like, I needed to release. I needed to release. I really did. And I'm glad I did. And
Side note, just to give y'all a little tea, when it comes to just having, a voice, my ex-boyfriend, BM, yes, you heard what I said. I ain't gonna say it again. If y'all want a story time on that, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll dish out the rest of the tea. But anyway, yeah, we had a little chit chat sometime 2023. And in that chit chat, she let me know that she had listened to the podcast. And I was just mind fucking blown. Like, not even, like it was on some like I'm looking for you type shit. I mean, it kind of was, but it was just the fact that, she was able to tune in and hear my side of the story, and hear my truth about the situation and be able to kind of like decipher, I guess, like her opinion off me or whatever the hell, based on that. And then she told me she shared it with her mama, like she listened to it with her mama. I was like, girl, this is getting deep. Where we was having the chit chat at, it was not like a place to really be getting deep, but whatever. But shout out to her. Like, thank you, sis. It was definitely instrumental in me deciding to put out my own shit because they listening. Clearly they listening. Clearly my voice needs to be heard. It is heard. It was heard. Okay. So just wanted to give that shout out real quick. But continuing on.
I definitely want to build a community of like-minded individuals. I know everybody don't think like me. So if you do, kudos. Like and not to say that like what I think all the time is like right all the time or anything like that. But I do feel like my mind is dope and the way I think about things and perceive things and just the things that interest me. I think I'm a pretty dope person and that aspect of me is pretty dope. So, I definitely do want to create a community of like-minded people. I also want people to know that they're not alone. Like, you're not alone in your thoughts. You're not alone in the things that you may be going through. Like literally being in my 30s, like on some real shit, like the understanding is just through the roof. It's through the roof, y'all. Like my understanding for so many different things and so many different situations is just like top tier. So that's why like when it's something I don't understand, like it's like, what? Make it make sense. Like, why is the math not mathing? Because everything else, like, I be cool. Like, okay, I understand, do you? But when shit don't make sense, that's why I be ticked off. But anyway, continuing on. Yeah, a lot of us be going through the same type of situations. And, you be thinking, damn, is it just me? But it's like, no, sis, like, this has happened to plenty of people. There are plenty of people in the world right now, exact same feelings. You know what I'm saying? And the internet is such a blessing and a curse because on the positive side, we can really reach anywhere in the world. Like when I would be looking at me and Lamont's stats for our podcast and stuff, and we would see like the relatives in different countries and shit like that, like, nigga, like we is who is listening to us out there? Like that be crazy. And the internet is like is crazy and brilliant in that way because otherwise you would only, what I'm saying, be local or national as far as like what people got to hear as far as like content and stuff like that being put out. But it's like now it's global. And when you have fans in other countries, clearly there's a connection somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Clearly we are like-minded in a way, or even though I'm from here, there's still something that connects us to where it's like, oh yeah, bitch, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, that shit hella funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Relatable. So definitely wanted to stay relatable with this podcast. Definitely want to educate y'all. I do not claim to be, know it all or anything like that. But I do want to bring guests. I do want to bring on guests who can bring value and the expertise of their craft and or industry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people, and maybe they don't express this or whatever. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people be wanting mentors and don't be having mentors. Like, honestly, for me personally, there's not really somebody in my area necessarily that's doing the things that I want to do, that I can kind of like look up to or hit up, or have them give me some advice and stuff like that. So I definitely think me getting you guys these guests that have these expertise and this knowledge and all these different industries, that's helping me network and find other like-minded people, and maybe also even get a mentor, or maybe even it'll be somebody that y'all can reach out to. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. That's what I'm about. Each one teach one, my nigga. Like, because we all need help. Like, we all need help. We all need some type of guidance. Niggas can say they self-made all they want, but at the end of the day, you did really have to have, it was somebody helping you. At the end of the day, whether it was the person that let you sleep on their couch, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was the person that, you know what I'm saying, you didn't have enough when you was at the store and they paid for the difference or whatever for your shit. Just gestures, shit like that. Like, you get help. You don't never do really nothing on your own all the way. A lot of things. Some things you do, some things you don't. So definitely want to bring my guest on. So y'all can, you feel me? And then on top of that, we'll have the banter too. You already know, like, it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit with the guests. So I'm excited about that. And then, like, I also want to entertain you guys. Definitely trending topics, of course. Like, we all have access to the shade room, neighborhood talk, all of that. Like, we kind of can't necessarily escape the whole media craze. So definitely trending topics that I feel are worthy, because everything ain't worthy to be talked about, honestly, and everything also should not have all of our energy. I'll speak on it and just we'll get to it. But everything should not have your energy. So yeah, little trending topics that I definitely think are important, or just something that people are interested in, I'll definitely touch on. Laughing is good for the soul, so I definitely want to make y'all laugh. Like, I think I'm pretty funny. No, I'm just playing. I'm not a comedian or anything, but again, laughing is good for the soul. Definitely want to bring you guys stuff that's funny. Want you guys to stay informed. So some topics will be kind of serious, like shit. It's all types of shit happening in the world, and I'm sorry, Black people, we can't be unserious all the time, okay? For Black Twitter threads, all y'all niggas, okay? We gotta take some shit serious sometimes, okay? So I do want y'all to be informed on, like, you feel me, shit that's going on in the world, in the country in general, just things that I think are important, for people to know. I'm definitely gonna dish on, I'm definitely gonna talk about, and I would like you guys' feedback as well. I'm definitely going to be leaving the link for the Spotify for podcasters so that you guys can leave me voicemails, and we can get this engagement started, we can get this feedback started, because let your girl know, like let me know. Be honest, let me know. I'm a Leo, but I can take the criticism. I will take the criticism the best I can, but let a sister know. Let bitch know. You feel me? Goodness gracious. You guys can also leave a comment in the comment section on YouTube. And yeah, I would just love to hear from you guys. I would just love to hear what you guys would be interested in me talking about. I definitely do already have some guests lined up. I definitely do already have some episodes that might be like pre-recorded, lined up or whatever. But I do definitely want to hear you guys' opinions on, you know, what I have to say and what you guys will want me to talk about and who you want to see on the show. Like, if y'all got some guests, some homies, you feel me? Like, who you want to see on here, girl? Let me know. Let me know, boy. Who is it? Who is it? No, I'm just playing. Let me stop. So, a segment I'm also going to do on the podcast, y'all, is a segment I call What the Fuck is Happening? / I love to see it. Because we either gonna be talking about something that's like, bro, what the fuck is happening? Because I like 2023, that was literally like my phrase. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it was just all types of shit going on. So that's my phrase. That's my phrase. Whenever it's something crazy, something too much going on, what the fuck is happening? And then obviously I love to see it. Something, you know, we love to see something great, something positive. So for since today's first episode, got a little bit of both mixed in there. It's mostly what the fuck is happening. I ain't even gonna cap to you, but no, it is. I love to see it. It is. I love to see it. And what it is this 2024 expose that we have had going on. It came in from 2023, started in 2023, but it has continued into the 2024. And I mean, of course, the allegations and everything, that's for sure what the fuck is happening. Like, it is too much going on. But at the same time, to Age of Aquarius, like, all this information, like, darkness is coming to the light, and I love to see it, okay? We need to have the shit exposed. The truth will and is being televised. Like, oh my goodness, it's just a lot. So yes, like I call it the continuation of the exposés, honey, because everybody is just getting exposed. Like the Diddy's, the TD Jakes, like the everybody, Will Smith, the Jada, the Usher, like everybody, the comedians, like everybody's exposed. Like, oh, it's just a lot. What I will say, y'all, what I will say, I will never, ever again, ever in my life. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say again because first off, I never seen the sermon in its entirety anyway. But what I am gonna say is I can never, that's what I'm gonna say. I can never, ever not get on my level. But nigga, I can never hear that sermon the same. I can never hear it without swallowing. I can't even start it because I'm gonna lose it. But I will never be able to live. He will never be able to live that down. I will never be able to see the sermon in its entirety and not crack the fuck up. I just won't. I just won't be able to do it. And then also where I have a problem with this is that these niggas is fucking up my playlist. Honestly, truly, like, y'all niggas is fucking up my playlist. Oh God. You know, it's just already so much that you don't even feel comfortable listening to no more. Like, you be like, oh, like, nigga, damn. Like, sometimes I'm a whisper. Sometimes I do be wanting to listen to TP2. But, you know, I just can't, man. It just don't even feel right no more, man. Just don't even feel right. But yeah, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening, y'all? But I love to see that shit is being exposed. And I also think, this is with people just seeing that, like, a lot of they favorite celebrities or like people they looked up to or whatever, like, aren't who they said they were. I think this is time for people to really take a look within and start doing the inner work on themselves, and you feel me, figuring out how to be your own fucking person instead of idolizing strangers. Like, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, like there is definitely things I like about celebrities, but I don't idolize celebrities. Like, nigga, I know a lot of that shit is fake. Nigga, it's been so many fashion shows and like photo shoots and stuff where, like, nigga, I know all them clothes is pinned, or shit is clipped here a certain way or whatever the fuck. Like, a lot of that shit do not be real, and people don't understand that shit ain't real. They think everything that they see on TV or read in a magazine, you know what I'm saying, is fact, and that's not always the case. Like, so I definitely hope that with a lot of stuff being brought to light, or even just put out there, I hope that people kind of start looking at themselves and figuring out what they can do to be a better version of themselves, like, on their own, like, without the influence of influencers or celebrities. Like, bitch, who are you? Like, bitch, take the shade room away, and bitch, who are you? Like, you need to know that. You need to know that. Oh, so that is a wrap, you guys, for today's Chit Chat. Thank you so much for joining me on my first episode and on this exciting new venture of exploration, connection, and bitch, endless chit chats, bitch. You already know. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Definitely leave me a review. Share with your homies, leave a comment, definitely engage with your girl so I can holler back at y'all, and we can keep this flowing and keep this going, man. And remember, the conversation never ends. So you guys stay tuned for more episodes of Chit Chat'z with Chaz. And until next time, keep chatting.